Timing is everything. Whether it's a marriage proposal,
it really is a beautiful day today.
It is a beautiful day, and because it's such a beautiful day, I thought it'd be the perfect time for me to propose.
Oh look, purple orchids! They match my dress!
Or two people having a conversation.
I can't wait to tell you what happened. You go first.
No, you go.
No, you
what
go.
happened?
Okay,
what?
you go.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Or perhaps a spark plug igniting an air-fuel mixture just as the piston reaches the top of its compression stroke, thereby forcing it back down again. Timing is everything. Hello friends, I'm Jimmy, and this is One Road. Today, we'll be talking about the relatively simple task of checking and adjusting the complex nature of ignition timing. If you drive a vehicle with a distributor, more likely than not, you've dealt with or at least heard of ignition timing or having your timing checked. Now, when talking about timing, I'm referring to the moment of time a distributor distributes spark energy out through the spark plug wire and into the plug. Here we have our piston. This piston is going right back up, compressing the air and fuel mixture to the top of its stroke, and once it reaches the top of that stroke, the spark plug ignites it all and forces it back down again. That's kind of how everything works in its most simplest form. Now, if the plug were to fire too soon, called advanced, or too late, called retarded, the results, depending, could be devastating to the motor. Long story short, the timing needs to be set to what the manufacturer recommends. In my case, I'll be working on this 1995 GMC Suburban with the 5.7 liter 350, and the ignition timing needs to be set to 0 degrees. Now, in order to check the timing, I'm first gonna bring the engine up to operating temperature. I'll know this by the fact that the upper radiator hose is now pressurized and very hot. Once at temperature, I can disengage the automatic advance wire. On a carbureted engine, it would be a vacuum advance hose that I'd be pulling, but in this case, it's computer controlled, so it is a tan wire with a black stripe located in the cab just underneath the glove box. Once disconnected, the computer will no longer be advancing the timing at idle. Now, when I take my measurement or adjust, it will be accurate. Under the hood, with the air filter pan removed, we now have access to the distributor. I'll need to loosen the distributor hold-down bolt with this special 9/16 crow's foot socket. There's really no way to do it with standard tools, so I'll definitely need to use a specialized tool like this one. Now, we don't need to loosen that bolt too much, just enough to be able to turn that distributor with a little resistance. Next, I'm going to carefully attach my timing light to the battery and to the number 1 spark plug wire. Now, there's a lot of wires floating around here and a lot of ways to get it caught and wrapped up in the engine, so proceed with extreme caution. Another thing to note here is the signal clip that goes on the spark plug wire is directional, so the arrow should be pointing towards the plug. All right, I'm all set up. I have the engine idling, up to temperature, and the computer advance disconnected. I can now check my timing. And what do you know? It is advanced by 2 degrees. Not bad, but I do want it set to factory specs, which is 0 degrees. So I'll simply turn my distributor clockwise to retard the timing back down to 0. Another quick note here. When I say turn, I'm talking micro adjustments, like say a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch at a time. Also note, to advance timing, I'll need to turn the cap counterclockwise because the distributor is already turning clockwise. And the opposite holds true to retard the timing. All right, there we have it. 1 micro adjustment clockwise, and I'm back to 0 degrees. Now I can carefully tighten my distributor hold down bolt, button everything back up, and reattach my computer advance wire. If you've seen my previous few videos linked below, you'll know that this timing check and adjustment was the last part of my recent tune-up. Let's see, I replaced my ignition coil, plugs, wires, cap, and rotor, and now did the timing. Without the timing set dead on to factory specs, the motor may not run right, or worse, blow up altogether. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up for me. Don't forget to check the description below, and as always, I'm Jimmy, this is One Road, and I will see you in the next one.